What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review, excuse me, of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 12, episode 17. We're on our way to Greece, but of course, the news has broken about Kenya and Marc separating. Now, of course, the ladies are speaking on it. You know, we see the ladies sort of gossiping, Marlo and Nene. We see when Eva gets the alert on her phone and all that good stuff. And then we see Cynthia and Candy. They're actually going to go and meet up with Kenya. And this is where you see who's really friends versus who's, we see, and we know who the cliques are. But they're going to go check on Kenya. And they said they're having a little conversation before they go in, and they're talking about how Kenya has really opened up to them and shared some things with them, and that they were shocked that Kenya made a public statement because of how private she is. So they go in to speak to her, and Kenya, look. If this was shot, a lot of times things are shot out of sequence and all that stuff. If this was shot out of sequence, Kenya, you played your part, baby. You need to go on and move from B movie to some A movies, because Kenya looked like she was going through. She didn't have on no makeup. She wasn't putting on that bravado. All of that had been peeled back, and this was really who Kenya is. And basically, what we find out is that after they left the event, they got into a huge fight, to the point where the Uber driver put Marc out because Marc got to be, I guess, was so threatening. She stopped short of saying he put his hands on her, but what I gather is that it got close, and the Uber driver must have felt like there was a safety issue for the Uber driver to put him out of the car. Kenya said at that time she did not want him to come back to the house. She didn't feel comfortable with him coming back to the house. And then the next day, she said she gets a call from her publicist at like 4 in the morning saying, look, what's going on with you and Marc? I just found out Marc's going to be releasing a statement saying that you guys are separating. And so Kenya said, basically, he forced my hand into saying something because I wouldn't have said anything. And we know that. Kenya wouldn't have said a word, honey. I wouldn't have said anything, but he sort of forced my hand into speaking on it. And I'm torn with this whole situation because at the end of the day, I absolutely understand. I mean, I absolutely feel for Kenya. I do. That man did not treat her right, for whatever reason. Because she said that he even said to her, I didn't even want you to come to the event. So they're at a point where, and I've said it before and I'll keep saying it, this man does not like her. There may have been love there one time. I can't speak to that. But at this point, that man don't like her. Then she starts talking about how she found evidence that he's dealing with other women. Well, who didn't know that? You ain't been married for 2 years, barely been married 2 years, but you and your wife live estranged, and you don't jump at the chance every opportunity you get to come and see your wife and spend some time with her. When you do come to town, you hanging out with the fellas and running the streets. Who don't know he was getting it from somewhere else? And the way he was treating Kenya, who don't know that he was giving that affection and that love to someone else? Again, feel for you, Kenya. But then I'm torn. And we'll get to why I'm torn in a minute. So then they talked about Greece, and Kenya said, I just don't know if I'm going to go because, I know how these ladies feel about me, and I know that they will revel in, the fact that I'm going down, that this is what's happening to me. They genuinely don't care about me being happy one way or the other. Now, here's where the part where I'm torn on it is. Kenya, you created that situation. You created that environment because you're so shady, you're so nasty, you do things to these women. And I'm not saying it's unwarranted. In some situations it is, but in other situations it is not. What you did with Tanya, with the cookie lady, like a lot of people could say that, Karma is a bald-headed bitch and she just showed up on your doorstep. You know what I mean? So I am torn because, again, I don't relish in anyone's heartache. But then the flip side of it is, these women have no incentive to be nice to you. But either way. So, they're getting ready to go to Greece. They're all meeting up at the airport. No one's heard from Kenya. Kenya hasn't answered any calls or any texts. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. they haven't heard from Kenya, so they don't know if she's coming or not. And Candy tries, and basically Candy says, look, y'all, we all know that Kenya is going through something, but can we just, if she shows up, can we not address it? Can we just let it be, let Kenya speak on what she's comfortable speaking on? Now, Marlo said, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. But Marlo brings up a good point. Marlo says, look, if this were any one of us, Kenya would be the first person to be in our business and be in our face and ask us a bunch of questions. And you know what? She ain't wrong. Kenya would find a way to be shady, to make a nasty comment, to throw something out there. She would find a way to bring it up and force you to address it one way or the other. And she would. And again, I understand, Candy, you're being a friend, and that's what a friend does. But the flip side of it is this. If we know, again, this is the reason why people don't really rock with Kenya like that, because we know that that's the type of person she is. Now, shouts out to Portia and to Kenya, because they are working moms and they are showing how it is done. Because at the end of the day, this is a show. This is not just a show. It is a production and it is a job. And both of these ladies said, you know what? I may be going to Greece, but guess who's going with me? My children. Well, my child. Portia said she immediately found out, once she found out about the Greece trip, she immediately booked a flight for her and her mom. Portia needed to just go on and put her mama on payroll. Because, her mother said something about having to go back to work, and that's why she couldn't, she had to stop being a full-time, I guess, nanny to Pilar. And when Portia was going back to work, that's why she had to find a nanny. Man, Portia, go on and make your mama your nanny. Just go on and do it. Maybe you can't afford to. Maybe your mama make more money than what you would be paying a nanny. I don't know. But neither here nor there. And Kenya did the same thing. So you know what? I respect that, and shouts out to saying, look, love my babies, love my job, but I'm a working mom and I'm going to make it happen. Now, okay. I need to address something that maybe y'all going to eat me up in the comments about. But it is something that bothers me. Why won't Marlo and Nene wear a bra? Neither one of them had on any supportive garments on this flight. Now, understand, I have flown internationally, and I know you do want to get comfortable, okay? I have seen people walking around in their socks. I even saw this one guy at barefoot walking to that nasty-ass bathroom on the airport barefoot. Now, that's his business. That's between him and the bacteria at the bottom of his feet. However, I get it. I get being comfortable knowing you're going to be on a flight for a very long time. But this ain't the first time they even walked around without no bras on. And I just don't understand what their what's the word I'm looking for? What their resistance is to supportive garments. I don't get it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see. All right, I'm done because I don't want to go too far. Anyway, I just had to take a pause for the cause for a minute because that thing was really bothering me and I just don't understand it. But anyway, they're on the flight. Y'all know how they do. They're on the flight, blah, blah, blah. They get to the villa. It is beautiful, obviously. It is a beautiful villa. They get to the airport. Well, let me rewind. They get to the airport. And who's at the airport? Kenya. Now, Kenya ain't tell nobody she was coming. She said that at the last minute, she decided she was going to come. And at that point, she just booked a direct flight. So they must have had a layover at some point. She booked a direct flight. And she basically ended up landing the same time they got there. Cool. She's there. Boom, boom, boom. They get to the villa. The villa is beautiful. And of course, they go through this whole room thing. Now, once again, I am with Portia. Portia said, look, why do we always have an issue when it comes down to these rooms? Why you can't just make sure you book a place that has enough rooms for everybody and just whoever gets to the room first is their room? I mean, damn. You know what, Portia? I'm with you, boo. But I think they did a really cute way of handing out the rooms. I thought it was really cute. I mean, it was fun. They basically had these competitions, and it was real simple stuff like, mystery meat or makeup. They had to wipe up all their makeup and not be glam. Or Portia had to, whoever was the first person to jump in the pool could pick somebody else's room. It was really cute. It was sort of You know, it was like a truth, it was like a dare type situation. And then the prize was you got to pick your room first and whatever was left. It was cute. Again, do I think that they should just say, here, whoever gets to the room first, you got the room? But I do think this was a fun way of doing it. It was a cute way of doing it. And they were having a good time. Nobody, you know, nobody was ultimately nasty and all that good stuff. I thought it might have been a little bit of a problem because Nene was like, look, I can just go on and stay at a hotel. And we know Nene will leave and go stay at a hotel. She's done it before. Um, I didn't realize there was so many cats in Greece. Is that a thing? Where the cats just... Because Greece is on my to-do list. I actually was supposed to be going to Greece this summer, but I'm sort of glad I didn't schedule that trip because of everything going on with the corona. Corona. I mean, I know it's corona. Okay, anyway. Neither here nor there. So... But here's Kenya making little snide comments, being a little shady. She is being her true Kenya self. And again, this is why people don't have no whole lot of sympathy for you, because here you go throwing little shots and making little jabs and little So they end up going to, before they're getting ready for dinner, but before they get ready for dinner, Cynthia actually goes to have a conversation with Nene, and she says, look, we have come a long way, because her and Nene are actually sharing, they're in rooms and they're sharing a bathroom. So Cynthia goes and she said, you know, a couple of months ago, Nene would rather have slept on the street than have to share space with me. So we've definitely come a long way. And she sits down to talk to Nene to basically say, Nene, look, now I know you and Kenya, y'all ain't the best of friends and all that good stuff, but maybe this is an opportunity for y'all to kind of find common ground. You've been through, you know, you've been married the longest, but you've also been divorced. You've also been through things with your marriage. Maybe you could find a way to sort of connect with Kenya. And Nene said, you know what? I can do that. She said, I don't have to like you to feel sympathy for you. And I can be sincere and somebody that can listen, somebody that's been through this, somebody that understands. Like, I can be that person. Been there, done that. And so, you know, shouts out to Nene for saying, yeah, I can do that. You know, Cynthia's trying to, you know, find a way to bring everybody together because that was the purpose of the trip, blah, 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 blah. So they're at dinner and they're having a good time at dinner. Again, light conversation, everybody getting along, nobody fighting, nobody this, nobody that. So at a certain point at the dinner, Nene says, you know, Kenya, I want you, you know, we all, you know, the elephant in the room is what it is. But I want to say that sincerely, I sincerely, you know, I send you no ill will. And please know that we are here for you in any capacity that you need us. You know, all of that aside, all of the, you know, bullshit aside or whatever. And Cynthia, I mean, and Kenya immediately starts, you know, she gets emotional and she starts thanking people. She said, I want to thank, you know, Cynthia and Candy for coming to check on me. And she almost said it as if, well, the rest of y'all didn't come check on me. But you know good and damn well, if Nene had shown up at your doorstep, you wouldn't have let her ass in. If Marlo has shown up at your door. So the people who you rock with showed up. Portia, I want to appreciate the inbox. And Tanya, Marlo, I just want to thank you guys for being nice. And I'm thinking to myself, so you basically just shaded the fuck out of Nene. The person who initially said to you, look, we're here for you. We're going to put it all aside. And I'm sincere. Okay. Now, I'm with Nene on that one. So you just shaded me. And then Nene said she shaded her twice. I don't remember the second time, but I'm sure she did. It, you know. So when they were getting ready to go, one of the things that Cynthia agreed to wash the dishes so she could pick her room first. That was part of the little thing. So she said, well, it's time for me to get ready to wash the dishes. She said, and I would invite the ladies to join me. And Nene and Kenya, can you hang back? Because remember, she asked Nene to sort of have some words with Kenya. Kenya going to say, well, I'm going to bed. So they're in the kitchen and Candy is talking to Kenya saying, look, I think Nene was trying to offer you an olive branch. I don't think it was any shade. I don't think it was any negativity. I think she really sincerely wanted to just maybe talk to you, you know, and again, I understand where Kenya is coming from. Kenya said, look, you know, I have too many other things that are floating around in my mind right now. I can't do Nene. I don't want to hash out our problems. I don't want to talk about why we don't like each other. I can't right now. I can't put another thing on my plate. Kenya, I get it. I 100% get it and understand. You're jet lagged, you're tired, you're heartbroken, you got a lot of stuff floating around. I'm sure you're dealing with emails and texts, and I get it. But that's what you should have said to Nene, rather than just get up and shade her like that. You should have said, Nene, I do appreciate it. I do. And before we leave, we'll find time to have a conversation. But right now, I'm tired and I'm just exhausted and I just cannot. And Kenya says, oh, you know what, Candy, you're right. I can do that. All right, I'm going to go talk to her now. Let me get some dessert and let me make a peace offering. So she goes out there to, and again, you don't go out there and say, Nene, I really appreciate what you did, and I'm just tired, but I bought you dessert. That's a little peace offering. Let's talk tomorrow. You still didn't even do that. You went out there and said, well, I bought you guys some treats. No, that was for Nene. So Nene says, I'm up, I'm gone. So as Nene is leaving, she's basically like, F you, Cynthia, and the horse you rode in on, because I tried to really reach out to you and be sincere, and you basically threw it back in my face. So you know what? I'm done. And I'm done with trying to be nice to your ass. So she gets up to leave, and Candy's like, damn it. Candy's like, see, it's too late. Nene already in her feelings. Nene's already pissed off, and now it's too late. So she's trying to talk to Nene and basically say, Nene, look, she's tired. She's this. That's why she was bringing you a peace offering. Please don't let it go left. We had a good evening. We in a good place. Don't let it go left. Let's really work it out. Nene was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to bed. I'm going to go talk to, I'm going to go talk to my man because I know how to stay married. I said, see, now you being, see you. But at the end of the day, Kenya, I can't be mad at anybody for how they treat you. I understand where you are, but at the end of the day, like even with Tanya said, with everything going on, I understand now why she was treating me the way she was treating me. Anyway, that's it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.